Hey guys, Mark Moppin and Todd here. Todd's gonna show you, you put a deal together with somebody and they're ready to sign a purchase agreement or they're willing to look at it. I'm gonna show you the most effective way. I'm not gonna show you. I'm gonna be the seller of the house. Todd's gonna be the buyer, and he's gonna walk you through exactly how he puts a deal together. And this is a beautiful thing to watch. Give him 5 minutes.
Yeah, and actually, I just did one very similar to this. Sat down with the lady, we agreed upon the price. I said, okay, let me go to my truck, let me get everything together. It'll only take me a few minutes and I'll come back in and go over it with you.
Yeah.
All right, she said, fine, went to my truck. All right, and then what I do when I'm in my truck, let me show you real fast. I got an iPad, I got an iPen, very simple, right? I have a Google sheet, a Google Doc with purchase agreements in there. So I take the purchase agreement, I change the date, I put in the seller's names, put in the price and things like that. Put all the details in it.
Now you did all that out in your truck.
I did that out in my truck.
Yeah.
All right. Takes me 2 to 3 minutes. It's very, very simple. All right. Because they're all the same. Cash sale, closing costs, and things like that. Then when I go back into the house, we sit down and then
just pretend I'm the seller.
I'd say, okay, hi, Mrs. Jones. How you doing?
Yeah.
No. All right. Mark's the seller.
Yeah.
I said, okay, just like I told you, I'm buying it for $15,000. I want to show you the contract and what I'm going to do. And we're gonna sign it here. This way I could get it over to the title company. You'll watch real fast. Before I leave here, I'm gonna send it to my title company to open up title so we can get moving on this. Get it closed just like you want, as quickly as possible.
Okay.
All right. And then, all right, and then I'm gonna email it to you also. Do you have an email?
I do.
Okay,
yeah.
great. Sometimes if you didn't have an email, you would just take a picture of it and text it to them. Same thing. It's really simple. All right. But if they have an email, great. And I'll make sure they get it.
Well, I think I'd like you to text it and email it to me.
Perfect. I could do that for you. All right. So here's the agreement, Mr. Maupin. As you know, today's date, it says your name up here as the seller and I'm as the buyer. Okay. And then we got the county, we got the address, and I'm going to buy it for $15,000 just like we discussed, right? This is a cash sale. If I was going to get a mortgage or something like that, I would fill out this stuff down here. But no, I forget that. It's cash. That's what we want. I don't need to get a mortgage. All right. So here, when I go to first I got to go to. Well, I forgot to do this. I want to do this in my truck real fast. I do share and export. I believe it is. And then I want to send a copy. All right. PDF. I click on OK. And it brings up the PDF. All right, takes a second. I hit markup. That's how I could write on this contract. So now he can see it a lot better the way it's just like it was regular. And if they couldn't see something right, what I would do is, as I'm talking, I can make it bigger so they can see
great.
it. All right, because you might not have
7-year-old like me, now I can see.
All right, so now I'm going over all this, and I tell them, see, we're going to close. On line 5 here, it says we're going to close on or before 10/7. All right. Usually, COVID hit. We usually close in, around 10 to 14 days, but it's taking these title companies a little longer. And right here, closing costs, just like I told you before, I'm going to pay all the closing costs. And right here, it says seller should pay no closing costs. Okay. And then right here on page 3, very important, I like to tell you, is that the seller, it already states it in here, seller is selling as is. And just like I told you, it says seller to take any possessions they want to take and leave any other items to buyer to clear out. Okay? Take what you want. If you don't want it, don't worry. Don't stress over it. We'll work it out. Okay? So right here, and I like to use the color blue, and then I'm going to sign it. And then you sign right where it says seller right there. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to send this to you, and I'm going to send it to my title company at the same time. Right here. All right, email, and it's going to come from my email address. You'll see it, and then I email it, boom, boom. I make sure they got it. It dings right on their phone, and they get it.
I like this because, the most controversial things is, you gotta, like my old purchase just said the house has to be broom clean and the yard raked clean. And, I'm trying to buy it with no tax prorations, so
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'm doing that,
Right.
you know, that you may have that in there, but this is a good, simple thing that avoids controversy and gets the deal signed.
Right.
I like it.
The one thing I don't do about the reason I don't do broom clean and stuff like that, and you got to have all your debris out. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to have all their debris out. And if you're going to assign it to somebody,
Then they're
you're
gonna
assigning
want-
that contract, and then now they're getting mad.
Yeah.
I let my buyer worry about that. They
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah.
They're paying all the closing costs. They're taking it without, you know, without it being clean and things like that.
Yeah.
But if I was going to buy it, I'm not paying all the closing costs, and I don't, you know. So I kind of price it that way, so it still is attractive
But
to
they
the
can look and
person
figure
I
out what
assign.
that cost is gonna be.
Yep, exactly. Yep,
So it's perfect. This
Yeah,
is a great,
seems to work.
if I was a wholesaler and I'm a lead generator for you, then I'm really happy with this because it's getting my deal put together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really simple.
so, okay. Thanks,
All right.
guys, for
Thank
doing
you.
this.